give you a bit of an Australian flavour tonight. The Australian-made Diamond Jubilee coach will be used on Saturday. It will be the coach the King Charles and Queen Camilla will use from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey, where we'll have that wonderful coronation. There's an Australian who hand-built this coach who joins us now, Jim Frecklington. Jim, I'm thrilled to have you on the program. I remember working in government, getting updates about your beautiful coach. What made you take on such a momentous task?
Peta, it's lovely to be here, and it was a big task to build the Diamond Jubilee State Coach. As you are aware that I did work for the Royal Household. I started almost 50 years ago, and there's no one who can put on better ceremonial events than the British. And I used to think that the coaches were, getting old. When they bring the gold coach out for the wedding, the coronation, that was built before Captain Cook came to Australia. And most of the other coaches are very, very old. And many years ago, Her Majesty gave me approval to start building some new ones. And in 1988, that was the year of our bicentenary, Her Majesty gave approval for a coach to be made here in Australia, in my workshop. And that is called the Australian State Coach. And that's the coach that Her Majesty used to use for most state occasions in London. And then many years later, I decided to build a new vehicle, which is called the Diamond Jubilee State Coach. And your viewers will see the Diamond Jubilee. And this is actually leaving Buckingham Palace for the very first time. And this was in 2014. And on that very special day, we had 6 horses out the front. I actually loaded that aircraft here in Sydney. We loaded on a jumbo freighter and flew it to London, and then down to Windsor, and then brought it back to London for the opening of Parliament. But this vehicle.
Jim, let me just jump in there. Let me just jump in there, because what makes this very special is not the fact that it's modern, it's got suspension and all the things the old coaches don't do, but you've used some amazing artefacts in it. Isaac Newton's apple tree wood's in there. Relics from the Lancaster bombers are in there. Doors with Australian sapphires and more. Tell us a little bit of that story.
In the Diamond Jubilee State Coach, you'll see that on the screen now. Those little pieces of timber, some are, and the piece we're looking at now, that's under the seat, and that's probably the most special piece of all, and that's part of the coronation stone. But all those other segments are from old buildings, old ships, old aircraft. And what I've tried to do is create a great time capsule of history. In almost every city of the world, there are time capsules, and these capsules are placed under the ground. Whereas I felt it'd be important to make a time capsule that we could all come to see whilst we're living. So on the screen there now, we can actually see the armrests. They're off the former Royal Yacht, Britannia. And also I have all sorts of historic material. That beautiful crown there on the screen now is actually original timber from Lord Nelson's ship, the Victory. So I've really tried to make something that become.
Jim, I saw a button there from a uniform worn at Gallipoli too.
Yes, I do have a button there from Gallipoli. Also material connected with the Western Front. And it really tells a massive story, that particular coach.
I hope Australians are as proud of you hearing all this tonight as I am. How are you going to feel on Saturday when you see the soon-to-be crowned king? He'll be on his way to the Abbey in your coach. How are you going to feel?
Oh, Peter, I will feel very, very proud indeed. I have been there for different occasions when Her Majesty rode out for the opening of Parliament, and on different occasions Prince Charles, back when he was a prince, and also Camilla, they've also travelled with Her Majesty down to the Parliament. But this coming Saturday is really one of the biggest, it'll be one of the biggest ceremonial occasions in history. And also for King Charles and Queen Camilla, this will be probably one of the most special days in their life. And I'll feel extremely proud. I'll feel extremely proud to think that they've ridden in my coach.
You're extraordinary, Jim, and you've made Australians feel part of the ceremony too come Saturday. Thank you for your time.